Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? I would say yes, it should. There's a reason why you lost touch. You simply didn't like each other enough. So you sloughed them off. That's okay. Let it go. Why ruin a perfectly nice festive evening thinking about those losers you spent years trying to drop? I think that's basically what the poet was trying to say. On which welcoming note, let's meet, on my right, Steve Hoare, a legal administrator who is a proud member of the League of Battlefield Guides and a founding member of the North Manchester Battlefield Society. Tom Mead, a mortgage consultant who narrowly avoided being run over by a golf buggy driven by Little and Large. And their captain, Colin Daffin, a sociology and women's studies graduate who played the part of a cooked roast turkey in his school's Christmas play. United by their taste for a tangle, they are the Wrestlers. So you share a love of wrestling. What are your other specialisms as a team?
We're very good at music, history, geography. Television's a strong point as well. Classic and modern.
Well, almost all of those things are likely to come up tonight. So let's hope your predictions prove true. You are facing across the wrestling ring this evening, on my left, Alicia Warner, a linguistics student who speaks French, German, Mandarin, Irish, Latin, Classical Greek, Polish, Welsh, Manx, Spanish and some British Sign Language. Olivier Gruy, a futurology specialist who is half French, 1/8 Scottish, and enjoys foraging for mushrooms with his father. And their captain, Sarah Binney, a physics graduate who enjoys knitting and has climbed Mount Fuji in her pyjamas. All students at Clare College, Cambridge, they are the Clareites. How's your team feeling ahead of the match?
Well, despite the Clare and present danger, we are clear of mind and we're keen to get quizzing.
If I could give you 100 points for that introduction, I would. Unfortunately, I can't, but I can give you points if you're successful in the quiz. We're going to start by playing round one. What's the connection between four apparently random clues? Wrestlers, you won the toss. You'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Well, Steve here reliably informs me that his nickname at school was Horus, so we're going to go for Eye of Horus.
The Eye of Steve Horus. What is the connection between these clues? First one coming in now.
Golden Man. He films that film of some sort. Next, please.
Adjustment Bureau.
Are these slightly amended film titles?
Golden Compass Adjustment Bureau.
Next, please.
Oh, it's a Philip K. Dick film.
The adaptations of Philip K. Dick.
Dick's novels.
Yeah. Films based on Philip K. Dick works.
They are stories by Philip K. Dick and the years that they were made into films. You didn't see the last one. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? What film was that?
Blade Runner.
It was Blade Runner. And what are these others?
Total Recall is We Can Remember It for You for Wholesale.
Yeah,
It's Adjustment Sim Adjustment Bureau.
that's right.
And I haven't got a clue about the Golden Man.
I'm not sure that one.
The Golden Man actually has featured as a clue on this show. It's a Nicolas Cage film called Next.
Oh.
And we had a very complicated question once where the answer was next, and that was one of the clues. But of course, didn't really know if the teams wanted another clue or had the answer. We should have really foreseen that, but we didn't. Nevertheless, that is the right answer. Well done for 2 points. Clareites, what would you like?
Let's start with a horned viper, please.
The viper will kick you off. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay, what does that mean?
So Palace is a place in Wales, but I don't know, like...
So it could be a particular version of a TV show,
could be,
so just go for next.
Oh, it's going to be like Bob the Builder or something, possibly, maybe. I
I
don't
like
know.
that, but
Oh, yeah,
we're
let's
going
get it again.
Next, please.
Peter Snow.
People who present
This is-
this particular thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what
This is going to be the same TV show.
Next, please. So it's the same. It's people who've narrated the same thing, so it's going to be David Attenborough shows. I don't know what. Next, please. Oh, what's he present?
People on Mastermind. Maybe. People who've presented Mastermind.
They are interrogators on Mastermind. You were close with Bob the Builder. I mean, it's basically... I mean, it's a children's show, isn't it, Mastermind? It's a nice, easy, gentle question and answer show that we all enjoy as a sort of warm-up. All interrogators on Mastermind. Very well done. You get the point. Wrestlers, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax? Well, it's the music question now. You have promised you were good on music. Let's see if you're right. The first clue is coming in now.
It's On the Wings of Love, Jeffrey Osborne. Osborne. Next, please.
Not sure what that is.
Could be Alan Jones, possibly.
Don't know.
Jeffrey Osborne was famously mistaken for George Osborne. Next, please.
That's Firefight Wings. Wings.
Wings.
Is the right answer. Didn't need to hear the last one, Wind Beneath My Wings. What did we hear?
Jeffrey Osborne with On the Wings of Love.
You recognise that quickly. Big fan of Jeffrey Osborne?
I'm a big soul fan.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, what else?
Westlife, Firefight Wings.
Yeah.
And the second one?
Was it Over the Wings of a Dove?
It is Mendelssohn, Over the Wings of a Dove. Oh, könnt ich fliegen. All containing the word wings in the title. Well done. Clareites, what would you like?
Let's go for the lion.
The lion. Okay, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
I mean,
Paganini violinist. There was like a variations on a theme of Paganini. Okay.
next, please. Certain number of dice, players. Napier, no. Next, please.
Things that,
Slang, I mean, no.
yeah, like slang
Things
for.
Oh, they've made it from.
Made it from, yeah.
But made it from a violinist, what? Made it out of Paganini. Next, please.
The Devil's Dictionary, so it's the Devil's thing.
This is the devil's that thing.
That is absolutely right. The devil's violinist is Niccolo Paganini. The devil's bones are dice. The devil's dandruff, cocaine. Wrestlers, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
The 2 reads. Okay, these are going to be picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
Hands at the neck.
Could be anything.
Packer Grove.
Yeah.
Next, please. Beatles. all appeared in the Royal Variety performance.
Well, yeah, but I think that's a bit too vague.
Could be overused. Next, please. So you see, they had to change the names because the Olympic breakfast was famous and changes its name.
The Beatles obviously with the choir.
I think we should go next. Next, please.
Well, ambulance was backwards. Oh, it has to be the same direction. They have to be the same way around.
Yeah.
Have to be the same way around.
It's things that have to be the same way round. I'll have a particular lineup.
What do you mean?
And the deck have to face the same direction, or they have to be the same place on TV.
Do you think that the Beatles always had to stand in the same place?
We're hoping.
I'm afraid I can't accept it. I think they were allowed to move around freely, especially when they got rich. So there's no points there, but a possible bonus for the Clareites.
In these photos, they're the opposite way round from how they would usually be. So Ant and Dec usually stand the other way round, and on an ambulance it's backwards so that you can see it in mirrors. And the rings of the Olympics, the blue one goes on the left.
The images are flipped. You see, that's not Ant and Dec, that's Dec and Ant. And it's not that they aren't allowed to stand where they like, it's just in these particular pictures it's been flipped. And what's the clue in the Beatles picture?
Is it Paul McCartney being... Yeah.
Paul McCartney plays the guitar left-handed. That's how you would spot it.
I wasn't looking properly.
So, well noticed. They are mirror images. These pictures have been flipped across, so you get a bonus point. And you get the last question of the round, water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
So it's obviously got a name.
God, it's got a name.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name is. Next, please. Mono. I think it could be mono. There are a lot of things with mono. Should we go
Yeah,
for
go
it?
for it.
Mono.
It's too quick. I'm having my water. The answer is mono. Very well done, coming in after only 2 clues. You didn't need to see North American glandular fever and single-channel sound reproduction as opposed to stereo. I thought I was safe to drink water at least till the glandular fever and the single-fingered rock climbing hold. Very painful, apparently. I can believe it would be. Any of you go rock climbing?
No.
Why would anyone go rock climbing?
I've done it once, many years ago.
How did that go?
Badly.
Badly. At the end of round 1, the wrestlers have 4 points, the Clareites have 6. Round 2 is the sequences round. I'll be asking the teams what comes fourth, and wrestlers, you'll be going first again. So please choose a hieroglyph.
I think we'll choose Eye of Horus again, please.
The Eye of Horus again. Okay, what will come fourth in this particular sequence? Here's the first.
Nasal passage.
Nasal passage. Let's do it.
Should we go next?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Next.
Now, I'm afraid, horrible though it is, you've pressed the bell. I need to ask you for an answer.
Do cavities.
What can we go for?
Cavities.
Throat. Throat, nose.
Esophageal throat.
Yeah.
I need
Esophageal
something.
cavity.
I'm afraid that's not it. Very cruel. We've actually had this once before this series. People buzzed in. They had to give something. I'm going to show the next 2 clues to the Clareites. I'm not going to give you long. Do you have an answer?
Temporal?
Not it either. It would be occipital. Now, these are the bones of the skull, so the nasal, frontal, parietal, occipital, we're going backwards. Had you seen more clues, would you have got it?
No.
No.
But that's a comfort, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
That's a
yes.
comfort. Clareites, you don't get the bonus point, but you do get a question choice.
Should we try... Let's try water.
Okay. what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay.
So B for Birmingham.
It could be the representation of the letter D postcodes, but next please.
I think it's postcodes.
It is postcodes, but what's the pattern? BE something
Gosh.
something.
Oh, is it going down the alphabet maybe?
The B with
Yeah,
the
okay.
weird breaks. Next please. G, is it just skipping two each time? B,
C, D, E, F.
E, F, G. No, it's
Is
not.
it the next one that has a
Which is the same in the H is H something? Could be complex or something. I. Let's go. I is it J? It is just East London.
3 seconds.
Halifax with the H highlighted red.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, wrestlers, what do you think?
We can say Liverpool.
Is the right answer. What is the sequence?
It's single letter postal districts.
That's right. You see the first letter is in red. There are only 8 postal districts of the UK which have a 1-letter postcode. So that's why it's not jumping a particular number of letters, but there is no C or D or F. So it would be Glasgow, and the next one with a single letter is Liverpool. What comes next after that, do you know?
Manchester.
Yes, and then
North London.
North London. There's 2 more.
Sheffield.
South London.
Sheffield, not South London, that's SE or SW,
London,
and West London, so MNSW. And then there are no more single letter postcodes. For no reason, as far as I know.
Useful fact.
Useful fact. I don't know about useful fact, but a good fact. So you get the bonus point, wrestlers, and what would you like?
A lion, please.
Lion. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Was that neighbour's book?
Possibly. I'm not sure. Yes. Shall we go next?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Like a slogan. So what was
These things that were promised.
what was
No new
no new
taxes.
taxes? Yeah.
No new taxes.
George Bush Senior, no new taxes.
Things that were promised.
I can't accept that, I'm afraid. I'm having a quick think, and that does not quite work as a sequence. So I'm going to show the third to the Clareites for a possible bonus point.
I'll nominate the politician, I think.
George H. Bush, Desert Storm.
Is the right answer. Very well done. And what is this sequence?
It's military missions led by those presidents in reverse order.
That's right. I don't think one can quite say that Barack Obama promised inherent resolve. That's just a sort of stupid thriller type title for a bombing raid. Iraq bombings. I think it's the custom in America. When you become president, you must launch your own bombing raid. It's a bit like bringing in a Downing Street cat. You get your own bombing raid, you launch it, you get to pick the name, and we're going backwards, and the first George Bush, Desert Storm, was his macho bombing name. That's a bit like, you know, those games when how do you pick your porn name? You should have that. If you were president, how do you pick your glamorized Iraqi bombing name? I'm going to think about that later. So you get the bonus point, Clareites, and you may choose a question.
Oh, let's go for the twisted flax then.
The twisted flax, what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Song or something. I mean, we don't have anything. Next, please.
Is Is this where, like, you know, in the Craig David song where he's like, when they were making love or something?
You know, I bet it is, but I don't, you know, on the tournament days. Next, please.
It is!
It literally is. Do you know?
I don't know where he finished making love with the girl in the song.
The bedroom. That would make more sense. I mean,
In the
every
shower,
day.
it wasn't me. If we had it on the counter, it wasn't me. I only had the sofa, it wasn't me.
I mean, we're going to have to say the bed, aren't you? It would make more sense for you.
Bottom floor.
The bathroom floor.
It's not the answer, I'm afraid. So, wrestlers, would you like to have a go for a bonus point?
We think it's on camera.
On camera is the right answer. The bathroom floor happens elsewhere in the song. Now, what is this?
It's Shaggy's.
It wasn't me, Shaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Craig David's one. It's about doing it every day. Monday we made love. Tuesday we made. Wednesday. Thursday. Oh, it makes it sound like taking the bins out. The relentless day after day for Craig David. For Shaggy, it was more about the areas. He's not singing, of course. Rick Rock is the singer of these things. Shaggy just shouts, "It wasn't me," in these various places. And on camera would be the next one in that chorus. Well remembered. Wrestlers, you get a bonus point and you get a choice.
Horned Viper.
The Horned Viper, what would come forth in this picture sequence?
Ooh.
Here's the first.
Cumberland. Cumberland. Next, please. French mustard.
I can't say French mustard. Can't say French mustard. Ingredients of something.
Well. Next, please.
Jelly. Green jelly. Yellow mustard. Jello mustard. French mustard. French jelly.
Green eggs and ham.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, Clareites, you have the chance of a bonus point.
Let's try custard.
Is the right answer. Is the right answer, as many people at home will be shouting. Do you know why?
And we think it's a rhyme of some kind, because mustard rhymes with custard, but...
That's the thing. Some viewers will have been nervous to see that image of a hot sausage so soon after the Shaggy song. Hot sausage very much a problem for him. But actually, no, it's the lovely food, glorious food from the musical Oliver.
Yes.
Hot sausage and mustard, while we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard. Peas pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys.
Indigestion.
Indigestion is absolutely right. Food, glorious food. So custard is the answer. Very well done. And one question remaining. It's the two reeds. First clue coming up now.
I mean, that is impossible. Yeah, and next, please. Are these stages of, what kind of, like a cake or something? Can we go next?
Go next, yeah.
Next, please. It would be sec, presumably. I mean, is
it
there
like types
anything
of champagne, maybe?
It's working for us. Okay. Sec.
Sec is the right answer. And what's the sequence?
It's something to do with the flavour of wine or champagne.
That's right, it's sweetness. Sweetness of champagne, getting from sweet to dry. Going along the sequence, demi-sec. And then sec would mean dry. That's a tricky one. Clue 2, moelle. I'd have no idea. Can you pronounce that, Monsieur Grouilly?
Moelleux.
Moelleux. That is correct. Sec would be the dry form of wine. That's fourth in the sequence. At the end of round 2, the wrestlers have 6 points. The Clareites have 10. The connecting wall now, the 16 jumbled up clues that the teams have to sort into 4 connected groups of 4. You get to go first this time, Clareites, so please choose lion or water.
We'll go for water, please, Victoria.
Okay, the water wall features 16 clues. There is one perfect solution. You have 2.5 minutes to find it, starting now.
The Big Short is a film that was nominated for
Dogs.
the Maltese Falcon. Lorraine is a daytime TV show, so is this women.
Japanese chin is type of woman. Sorry, dog even.
Daytime TV shows, Loose Women, Tipping Point, Lorraine. What else is a daytime TV show?
Sure. Cycle 3. I think it is.
Judge Rinder, maybe.
Like that. Big Short as well.
Crosses, Maltese cross, Greek
Cavalry
cross.
cross.
Yeah.
Don't know about cavalry cross.
Are you sure about this daytime TV thing? Sorry, was it
Loose Women, though. It's
crosses? Cross. Raining cross, masterpiece, passion cross, Big Shot.
Pomeranian is a type of dog.
It's a dog. Japanese tin is like a dog.
Maltese is a type of dog.
It's a type of dog. Okay, in that case, I'll do this.
Cavalry dog. Okay, there we go.
Fine. Crosses. What's our favourite?
Maybe Big Short could be a TV show.
Yeah, I like that. What was the other 3?
I think it's Big Short, Lorraine.
Sweet. But we'll come back to that.
Books, Tipping Point, that's a book. That's what I can remember, isn't it?
They might have done the same
Particles,
thing.
one, a book as well, I think.
I'm not sure about the 3 is the thing.
Big Short, I think.
What is Judge Rinder?
I have no idea. It could be a TV show.
St. Peter's Basilica.
So what do you think a 4th book was?
You got it.
No, just got it.
Quiche, Lorraine.
Yeah,
Information Point.
right.
3 strikes and you're out now.
That is a book? No, that's a TV show.
Drunkard's Walk.
Loose Women.
Okay.
Tipping Point. Oh yeah, we can't do it.
Have you tried that already?
It's the
What parts is it based on?
That's so familiar. I
I'm
think it's
gonna try these things.
We've got a very limited time.
It is.
Can I try? Maybe Judge Rinder TV shows. Hang on.
Drunkard's Walk is
10 seconds.
Sorry, I'm going to say these are theories.
No, that's it. That's your 3 strikes, and the wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups. What about the connections? Japanese chin, Griffon Bruxellois, Maltese Pomeranian.
Those are type of dogs.
They are. Can you be more specific?
They're quite small dogs. Japanese chin is like a cat dog. It's a dog that looks like a cat. It's got big eyes and it's pretty cute.
Yeah, I think the Kennel Club would say toy dogs rather than a dog that looks like a cat. But they are all dogs and they are all small dogs, that's right. And what about the green group starting Greek?
We think these are all crosses.
They are the crosses. Greek cross, St. Peter's cross, Lorraine cross, Calvary cross. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There you go. Big Short, Information, Drunkard's Walk, God Particle.
We think these are theories in physics.
I'm afraid they're not theories in physics, and I think you knew it, in fact. They're just books. Well, not novels either. They're works of non-fiction. You need a The Big Short, that's the one about the housing bubble. The Information, The Drunkard's Walk, The God Particle. These are works of non-fiction. And the last turquoise group, starting Judge Rinder or Rinder, Masterpiece, Tipping Point, Loose Women.
I think it's daytime TV shows.
They are, yes. I don't know whether this Judge one, would you say that rhymes with Tinder or Grinder?
I'm going to go with Rinder, but I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, I simply don't know.
I've
but they
never
are
watched the show, so no.
daytime TV shows.
Or used to.
Yeah.
So, you quickly clarify. You did find 2 groups and 3 connections. That is a total of 5. Let's bring in the wrestlers now, give them a new connecting wall to wrestle with, see what they can do about solving it. It'll be the lion wall for you, 2.5 minutes, of course, starting now.
Okay, pedal bike, Oliver Cromwell, Hammer the Skulls, Cromwell's, Bill, Jeremy Irons,
Jeremy Hardy,
Jeremy Irons, Jerry Davis,
North.
Jerry Davis. Belly, Key West.
There's one.
Yeah, Northwest, Key West.
Northwest,
Key
Key
West.
West.
Beer Belly, Beer Gobbles.
Yeah.
Beer
Beer
Garden.
Beer Mat. No.
And Beer Pong. Beer Pong. Hang on, I'll try these. I'll try these. It's Litty Mounts. Belly.
Right.
What could Belly be? Hammer. Was Cromwell called the Hammer of the Irish or something? No, that's
Stone, North, Colonels. These Colonels.
Yeah.
Stone, North.
Oliver North and Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Split. Yeah.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver
Kahn, footballer. Hang on, strike. Leave outs.
Yeah.
Leave outs. Cromwell. Leave outs. North. I'll give it around again. You can get one side of this.
You've got a minute left.
Okay.
Careful.
And 3 strikes, of course.
Pedal bin. No.
Beer belly. Here we go. Beer belly. Belly flop. Pork belly. Pork.
Hammer. Hardy. Irons. It's Jeremy Hardy and Jeremy has Jeremy Davis. Should try.
We have 2 Jeremys. Jeremy and Oliver.
Pedal
We've had the others
cycle.
already,
Key
though.
cycle. Pedal. Do anything about the words themselves?
No, I was trying to.
Is it
Skeleton key, skeleton hammer, iron hammer, iron key.
Iron pedal. What's a graph?
Angela Davis, Thomas Hardy.
Matthias. Really? Matthias.
No, that's it. That's your 3 goes. And the wall has frozen, but you found 2 groups. What about the connections? Tell me about the blue group starting Matt.
Beer.
Beer mat, beer goggles, beer garden, beer pong. That is correct. And the green group starting Kahn.
Famous Olivers.
Yep.
That's right. Oliver Cromwell, Oliver Kahn, Oliver North, Oliver Stone. You can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's Resolve the wall. That's how it should have looked. Pedal, key, belly, a graph.
Cycled.
That's not it. Now you are going to be hot on music. They are parts of a piano.
Ah.
A pedal, the key, belly is just the soundboard of a piano.
Yeah.
All piano parts. And the turquoise group, Hardy, Irons, Hammer, Davis.
Jeremy's.
They are not Jeremy's. What they are, and this is quite a tough one, actors who have played twins.
Ah.
Yes, remember Jeremy Irons played the twin brothers in Dead Ringers?
Oliver Hardy's our relations.
Well, Tom Hardy played the Cray twins, and Arnie Hammer played those twin brothers in The Social Network. Remember the Winklevi?
Yeah.
And Betty Davis played twin sisters. All actors who played twins, a tricky one.
Yeah.
But you found two groups and you gave me the two connections, so that is a total of 4 points. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The wrestlers have 10 points, the Clareites have 15. So the outcome will be decided in the missing vowels round, where points can be won and lost, so teams beware. Fingers on buzzers. I can tell you that the first group are all adjectives involving parts of the face. Clareites?
Beady-eyed.
Correct. Clareites?
Rosy-cheeked.
Yes, it is. Clareites?
Stiff. No.
Not
sorry.
it, I'm afraid. Wrestlers, do you know?
Stiff-nosed.
No, it's toffee-nosed. You'd need an S. Next clue. Clareites?
Mealy-mouthed.
Correct. Next category. Things people say when shaking hands. Wrestlers?
How do you do?
Very well, thank you. Clareites?
Pleased to meet you.
Correct. Wrestlers?
Well played.
Indeed. Clareites?
Congratulations.
Well done. Next category. Noted people born in St. Louis, Missouri. Wrestlers?
Chuck Berry.
Correct. Wrestlers?
T.S. Eliot.
Well done. Clareites?
Maya Angelou.
Correct. Clareites?
John Hamm.
Lovely. Next category, less lovely, taxes. Clareites?
Council.
Correct. Clareites?
Capital gains.
Correct. Wrestlers?
Value added.
Yes, it is. Clareites?
Inheritance.
Correct. Next category. But we won't have another category because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. What a fantastic round 4. That was really competitive. I really enjoyed that one. I can tell you that at the conclusion of it, finishing in second place with 15 points, it's the wrestlers. And the winners with 24 are the Clareites. So very well done. You are through to the next round. Wrestlers, if you finish among the highest scoring losers in this half of the draw, you'll be coming through to another round as well. So I hope we will see you again. And before we go, there's something I'd like to say. Ever since we moved here from the rarefied world of BBC4, every week during the show, people write to me on Twitter to ask what I'm wearing. Now, I don't want to be all knee-jerk offended and political, but I ask you, would you write to This Week and ask what Michael Portillo is wearing? I know I have. In fact, I've written to offer to collect anything that Michael Portillo has worn for charity. And the day that he replies, so will I. Goodbye.